Hi, good morning. Hi, everyone. I hope you are fine at your place. And I want to warmly welcome everyone to this presentation on the new CCNA 2.0 exam, which Cisco has officially announced the next major version of the CCNA exam 200-301, version 2.0, which will be launched in February 3 to 2027. This is not just a minor update, this is a Cisco clearest signal, yet the CCNA is being modernized for the networks, and we actually support today. And we will cover everything you need to know, what's changing in the new exam domains, and how you have to prepare. So, I'm the founder of Maybe CCI Academy, and this is my personal analysis on the new exam. Further ado, we will go for the agenda. What is our agenda? Our agenda is comprised of 7 things, and we will start by understanding why the CCNA needs to evolve, then walk through each of the new 4 or 5 new exam domains in detail, and we will pay special attention to the new AI domain since that's the most talked about change, and then we will cover the timeline, what this means for you as a student, and practical study strategies, and I will be very happy to have your questions at the end, and you can email me at any time. Why CCNA is evolving? The CCNA always being the gold standard for entry level networking, but networking has changed dramatically in recent years. Modern network professionals are expected to understand hybrid environments, wireless networks, virtualized infrastructure, security at every layer, and increasingly AI powered tools. The three pillars driving this change are hybrid and wireless networks becoming a standard, security being built into everything, and AI plus automation entering in every daily operations. And the CCNA had to evolve to match these realities because this is where the world is standing now. Um, the Cisco is not just asking candidates to memorize commands anymore. They want you to have a reason through problems and interpret output and validate recommendations. Um, and this is what Cisco official exam description tells us you that um, this, they want to validate your skills across IP routing, switching, network services, security, and networks. And the four key shifts are reasoning over memorization, output interpretation, understanding modern tools, and connecting fundamentals to real world. This is very practical, hands-on direction for the exam. These the first four domains cover the classic CCNA territory: infrastructure at 25%, switching at 25%, routing at 20%, services and security at 20%. But that fifth domain is a new and game changing, which is AI, network operations and management, which is 10%. Notice the balance. The core network foundation still makes up 90% of the exam. AI and operations are important but supplementary. This tells us the Cisco believes that these skills are essential for all network professionals, not just specialists. Network infrastructure and connectivity. This is all about practical troubleshooting. Think about the problem you face on a typical Tuesday afternoon: bad duplex settings, incorrect IP addressing, broken DHCP relay, and wireless interface. On the left, we see traditional troubleshooting skills: interface, cables, IPv4 and IPv6 addressing. And the modern editions, which we see on the right side, are the ones which we talk about: DHCP version 4, troubleshooting on iOS, plus understanding hypervisors and virtual machines and container. The inclusion of virtualization is important because modern networks don't just exist only as a physical device anymore. We have six major topic areas in switching and network access, which consists of 25% 802.1q trunks for VLAN trunking, Ether channel for link aggression, rapid per VLAN spanning tree protocol for spanning trees, and VLANs and SVIs covers inter VLAN routing switchings. which is agent connectivity including PoE, wireless access points, and voice over IP phones. Discovery and verification tools like CDP, LLDP, and show commands are critical for hands-on troubleshooting. The rapid prevalence planetary protocols topics are very practical. Cisco specifically calls out root ports, root bridges, and port states, port fast and root guards, loop guards, and BPDU guards. These separate theory knowledge form a real-world capability. While the IP routing, which consists of 25%, it covers the routing literacy, routing tables, and understanding. Uh, on the right side, it focuses on dynamic routing, first hop redundancy, single area OSPF version 2, I for IPv4 2, 4, sorry, and OSPF version 3 for IPv6, and interpreting HSRP hot standby routing protocol and virtual routing VRRP status. I want to emphasize that the inclusion of both OSPF version 2 and OSPF version 3 IPv6 is not an optional in modern networking. This is clean, focused routing domain. And so you can ask, can you read a routing table? Can you identify the next hop? Can you troubleshoot a static route? That's exactly what a CCNA candidate should be able to do. The fourth domain is a network services and which is part of a security and security and consists of 20%. This domain sends a strong signal. Security is no longer something network people can ignore even at the associate level. AAA and tech access plus and radius covers authentication and access control. And SFTP and SCP handle secure file transfers. NAT, PAT, and DNS troubleshooting are essential in network services, while the IPsec VPN concepts cover secure and remote connectivity. Layer 2 security is especially important because DHCP snooping and DHCP ARP inspection, storm control, and RA guard and port security, these protect the networks at the most fundamental level. Modern network engineers are part of the security story, whether they want to be or not. The last but not least, the fifth domain, which is 10%. Now, for the most eye-catching changing is the AI. AI and automation are now officially part of the CCNA, not CCNP, not a specialist exam. The CCNA that should tell us that the Cisco believes in that. The four topics area: understanding agentic AI in networking operations, selecting prompts for generative AI systems, monitoring the SNP and syslogs, and using Ansible for configuration management. This is a reasonable scope for an associate level exam. Let's be clear what this AI domain actually means. On the left side, we can say what is not. Cisco is not turning the Cisco CCNA into a programming certification. You don't need to be a Python developer or an AI engineer. While on the right side, what it is. The focus is optional. Can you understand what agentic AI is doing? Can you choose a useful prompt? Can you interpret syslog? Can you use Ansible? The key message here is powerful. The skill is not to replace the network engineer with AI. The skill is to become a network engineer who knows how to use automation intelligently. This is the right approach of the industry. The comparison table highlights the key differences between the current CCNA exam and version 2. AI and automation go for basic concepts and to a dedicated domain with agentic AI, Ansible and generative prompts. Troubleshooting shifts from being scattered across the domains to having a practical and real world diagnosis. Wireless gets a stronger client troubleshooting focus, and security becomes a woven throughout rather than being separate. Virtualization expands from basic awareness to include virtual machines, hypervisors, and containers. The green text in the right column highlights all the enhancements, and the evaluation is clear and well directed. Let's talk about the timeline. This is important planning for your studies. May 2026, Cisco announced the blueprint, and we are here now, and we know exactly what is coming. Throughout 2026, this is your preparation window. Use this time to understand the changes and adjust your study plans. February 3, 2027, the new exam will be live. This is the key date to remember 2027 and beyond. The new era begins where the CCNA validates AI reading network professional. The bottom line, you have time. The current CCNA exam remains available until February 2027, so don't panic. If you are currently studying, don't panic. The current exam stays available until February 2027. Complete your study, test understanding the test test under the current version. If that's your timeline, core topics remain fundamentally available. If you are remaining ahead, start paying attention on the new blueprint now. Begin incorporating new topics into your study plan, especially troubleshooting and wireless. If you are an instructor or training, update your trainings to be more practical and troubleshooting. Regardless of which group you are in, CCNA remains one of the best starting points for a networking career. New and enhanced topics areas, practical troubleshooting, scenarios, what wireless fundamentals, IPv6, layer 2 security, and DNS troubleshooting. While on the right side, we see that we have some remain essential automation concepts, Ansible basics, syslogs, and SNMP. The classic topics are all still there: subnetting, VLANs, Ethernet channels, OSPF static routing, DHCP and spanning area. So very important these are, but the new CCNA clearly expect you to connect those fundamentals to a real world operations. This is the core message of entire my presentation. The future CCNA must understand networks. That hasn't changed the fundamentals and still the fundamental foundation. But the future CCNA must be also understandable and the tools that help to operate in those networks. And and modern monitoring are now part of the future. As Anthony Square said, puts it in the writing words that the CCN is not going away. It's evolving and honestly, that's a very good thing. Exam still protects the core concepts of the networking while adding the modern context that today professionals actually need. Key takeaway 1. Exam launches on February 3, 2027 and you have plenty of time to prepare. Number 2. 5 domains cover infrastructure, switching, routing, security, AI, ops. Third, core networking fundamental remain the foundation. This is still a networking exam. 4. AI and automation are part of the CCNA now, but are practically operational. 5. Security is woven throughout. It's no longer separate from networking. 6. The goal is to become a network engineer who uses AI and automation intelligently. That is where the industry is heading. If you have any question, you can ask me on my email. It's freely available on my channel. I want to say thank you to you for your attention, and I'm happy to take any questions about the CCN exam later on through email. Remember, you have time to prepare. The current exam remain available until February 2027. Start exploring the new blueprint. Focus on hands-on protocol shooting skills and don't be intimidated by the AI topics. They are operational, not engineering level. Good luck with your certification journey. The CCNA remains one of the most valuable certifications in IT networking. I hope to see you later on. Thank you so much for joining me.